Let me just check that my Bluetooth's off. Yeah. Okay. So, sorry for the wait, Aquarius and Pisces. I really am not well, so I've just been trying to get a couple of signs done every few days. So this could resonate, truth be told. I'm reading for last week, but it'll pick up any updates as well. So, you know, it's live. It's not going to be an old reading. It might pick up on stuff that's relevant last week and this week. Just going to do a tiny bit of sage because I haven't done any for a couple of weeks now. But I don't want it to set off my throat. I've got COVID. And I don't know if you've got it yourself or you've been hearing about it, but it's all about having a sore throat, this strain of COVID. So, not great to talk for several hours with it, but... Right, so let's crack on with it. So yeah, if you're looking for Aquarius or Pisces collective readings, you've come to the right live. If you want any of the other signs, they've already been recorded, so you just need to click out of this live and go to my lives playlist and you can see the last few lives that I did, and they're titled with the signs that are in them, okay? I am absolutely hanging. I stayed out all night. I haven't drank a drop, but I just feel rough from sleep deprivation, so I just went for a stroll to get some fresh air and like move. I will be finishing editing and uploading the signs that I've done in the other lives and putting them up as separate readings if you don't like watching the lives. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Aquarius's highest good. How is Aquarius feeling in this 3rd and 4th week of September 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for Aquarius, please. How is Aquarius feeling? Hi, Grishma. Welcome in. Oh, wow, I've got 20 people in. Thank you for the likes. Oh, thank you for subscribing. These are collective readings. I will be starting live Q&As probably mid-November. I'm on track to reach 3,000 watch hours. So I'll be able to do, I can't get my head together, subscriptions where you can get, I'll do tarot card meanings. I'll give you a digital product telling you all about tarot card meanings, even though I explain them. When I'm doing the readings, you might want to learn in a methodical way yourself. And I will do career, education and finance readings. They're very popular and I know people want more of them, so I'll make them available if you subscribe. And what was the other thing I want to do? Native American Indian medicine wheel as well is very, very popular. So that's all about your health and your well-being and your spirituality, your connection to spirit. Just to like check in on yourself, really. We don't want everything to be about love. But yeah, so the love readings weekly are free. You can always get a personal reading about love, life, finances, career moves, relocations, whatever you want. The chakras. You can have a mediumship reading for free, you know, for a lost loved one. Look at my channel description, okay? If you're watching on TikTok later, you can private message me. You can email me on YouTube. There's a link to my PayPal. Actually, I need to sort out another payment method because someone told me that in India you can't do PayPal, can you? So I need to sort that. What works for India? They're gonna let me have super chats when I get to 4,000. Is it 4,000 or 3,000? Probably by mid-November I can take a super chat and I'll answer questions for you. I'll do what I can as soon as I can. As soon as YouTube lets me. Just like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, hype me up, and we'll get there. I'm a full-time teacher, so I would, you know, be making those other things available on a subscription basis, membership basis. I work. Right, so Aquarius, you have got a combination of the Ten of Wands reversed, the Ace of Pentacles reversed, the Four of Swords reversed, and the Page of Wands reversed. What on earth is going on? Thanks, Cameron. Big up the teachers. Yashkat, this is a tarot card reading. Okay. Before anyone gets into it, I'm an omnist, so I'm very happy with the presence of other religions. I don't denounce any religion, and this isn't the devil's work, just in case anyone's about to say that. I help people, okay? It's just helping people process what's going on with them at the moment. It actually links a lot into religion and previous lives and karma, okay? So please don't have a go. It's a tarot card reading, it's a love reading. Just be open-minded. If you don't like it, leave, okay? Very happy for people to be curious. I've chatted to people about stuff like this before and they've ended up subscribing. Okay, so just be open-minded. I'm just going to throw out anyone that's being silly. Did you know what, Cameron? I didn't think I would ever be into tarot. And then I think like mid-30s, it was COVID and I was just going through a lot. My whole life, every area of my life got blown apart, and I fell into, like, I think it came up on my newsfeed and I was like, what's this? I was watching it and I couldn't believe how much it helped me. Even if you feel like the reading doesn't resonate, you get really nice oracle messages and it's all about just like personal development and trying to move forward in a healthy way from whatever you're going through. It's just to help people. It's not the devil's work. I'm not a witch and I don't want anyone to say anything like that. As soon as anyone says anything like that, you can just piss off, to be honest, because you're closed-minded and you're interrupting like what I'm trying to do. Which, if you read about tarot, if you're interested in learning, if you're just here to listen and you're not sure, that's fine, but you don't need to say anything nasty. You'll just go if you're going to do that, because you're here to cause trouble, okay? Ten of Wands reversed. When the Ten of Wands is upright, you can see like all the wands are dropping onto this skull's head, so it's like getting battered. And 10 in tarot is the end of a cycle, so the numbers run from 0 up to 10 and then they reset. Here, each wand represents a challenge, an obstacle, something that's been a hurdle, a delay, a block, trials and tribulations that have happened over a long time. When that's upright, you've just battled through it and it's just been tough the whole way, but at least you've reached the summit of whatever it is. When it's reversed, you're choosing to drop the burdens, even though you've like dealt with it for a very long time and it's been arduous and difficult and traumatic. You choose to drop it and not do it anymore. So that's the position that yours was in. It's in combination with the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Now, the Ace of Pentacles, if that was upright, I would say big opportunity, or you want to offer like going to the next level with someone, or the universe is gonna like grant you a wish, you know, something you've been working towards. An ace is like when the universe meets you halfway and like gives you that extra bit of good luck that you need. When it's reversed, it's a loss of a lot of money, a downgrading. It's, you know, if you think about a normal pentacle card, the pentacles are small, so this represents a lot of pentacles. So a situation could be causing a big financial loss, or demotion, or reducing the level of commitment in something, okay? Because pentacles represent time, money, and energy. The Four of Swords upright would be taking some much needed respite. So if you imagine a Roman soldier who's like sleeping, or a Viking, or someone sleeping on a battlefield, they've got to sleep the night before a big battle, haven't they? And get their rest. That's much needed respite. When it's reversed, it's like there's a lack of willingness to rest. It's a restlessness. Okay, so it's someone who will not stop. They feel too irritable. They feel too like something needs dealing with now. They're not pacing themselves. Okay, so that's where you've been at. And the Page of Wands reversed. Well, when the Page of Wands is upright, Fairy and Red Beard here. I said Viking. I said Viking. Yeah, Cameron, if you've been watching Tyler Henry, Hollywood Psychic Medium, because oh my goodness, like you learn so much about the afterlife from him, about how you have an ego death when you die, and like preconceived notions that you've had. Say if like you never told your dad you were gay and then your dad dies, like he's beside you, he can see you and he doesn't care. Like he doesn't care about what people think, or he doesn't have hang-ups to do with ego or status or anything. You know, people have an ego death and suddenly they're at peace and they just want the best for you. And people who've passed on can see your future. I can't see your future. I can pull cards and tell you what the energy's like at the moment. But a loved one that's passed away, if you ask Tyler Henry, he can tell you like what's going to happen with your career, with your love life, because he's getting messages from people that have passed on. It's different to what I do, but it's like an extension of it. He knows so much more, and he gets like signs and symbols. I might be telling you something you already know, but not every one of his, because he's like working via Hollywood, not every one of his like episodes is worth watching, but watch the movie one. Oh my god, like your hairs will stand on end, because he's telling you stuff that he's telling Moby stuff, very intricate details, and he's like, he was a skeptic and he was freaked out. He's like, no one else in my life knows those details. Like, I've never put that online. Like, there's no way. And he just was blown away. And it's like a really good episode. But he's done like, it's more like quantity over quality, really. And it's too many actresses and actors that are just loving their 5 minutes of fame. There's a lot of that. So I wouldn't watch every episode, but the movie one's like bang on. It's so good. Yeah, he was big like years ago, wasn't he? I watch him on YouTube on E Entertainment for free. Yeah, look for the movie one. The Page of Wands upright is someone who's embarking upon a journey, like a new journey, because a page is at the beginning. So this person's got a wand because wands are phallic and they represent excitement, general excitement. Can be like fiery passion, but it's just a general optimism because they've not been down this road before. A page is an experience. There's someone who's at the beginning of a journey and they've never been down that path before. So they've got no preconceived notions about how something's going to be. They're just excited. Okay, so that would represent like new love or a new business venture or something new. When it's reversed, there's a lack of excitement for something new. Okay, like we're not excited about that. And generally that happens when you're going through a lot. You know, your emotions are sadness, grief, depression, confusion, feeling numb. You know, like for some reason you're not excited about something and it comes after a long battle that's being dropped. Oh, thank you, Nicole. It's the Kinner Tarot deck. It's like £2 off Temu. I'll get all my tarot decks off Temu because they're so cheap. And it's not because they're copies, like it's because Temu are a global brand, right? So they can just bulk produce something, and the more they make, the smaller they can reduce the price. So if I tried to make my own tarot deck, which I did look into, I'd have to charge like 50 quid for a deck, and I'd probably sell to like 10 people. Do you know what I mean? And like, as a tarot reader, I handle cards a lot, and there's no way that they last forever. They probably last a couple of years, then you've got to replace them because they absorb moisture, they get crunched, and they just don't, you know, they get grubby. So you can't be pricing them at £50 a deck. So yeah, big up Temu, love Temu. Everything here is probably off Temu. My nails are off Temu, all the setups off Temu, everything. So good. Anyway, let's get back to this. Yeah, so after this like demotion or big loss of money, feeling restless, feeling distressed, obviously not excited for new because you're in chaos, right? So that's what was showing up. It's like a timeline, okay? I'll pull more cards, and as we go down, we get closer to the present. 2 more for Aquarius, please. Oh, I can't believe how many likes we've got. I love it. Do you know what? I went so quiet in August. I was panicking. And then when I went on channels where you learn about how to do well on YouTube, people like, no, it's really common for it to go really quiet in August. And I was like, oh, that's apparently like a yearly drop in August, end of August. It's my first like year, like in a bit of having a tarot channel, so I don't know like the annual patterns yet. Do you know what I mean? What flipped over then? The Magician. Oh, thanks, Cameron. Thanks for subscribing. It's absolutely fine. If you got to go, you can come back to the live, or you know, I will post it as separate readings, and check out the previous ones as well, because tarot gives you a narrative that's long term over years, so it's worth looking back at past readings, see if they resonate with you. Thanks very much for the likes, the loves, and the support. The Magician upright it's an absolute belter of a card, to quote an Aquarius that I know. The Magician is someone that has all 4 aces. They have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Cups is like the ability to have the self-love, okay? The emotional intelligence, the forgiveness, the patience. The Ace of Wands would be the enthusiasm, the excitement, the passion, the desire, self-motivation, ambition. The Ace of Pentacles would be the financial, you know, situation, circumstances to make something happen. So you could have savings, you could have assets, you could have a regular income, you could have a pension, stocks, bonds, business, whatever. So when you've got the Ace of, what's my last one? Ace of Swords swords are knowledge, facts, communication, research, the ability to be intellectual, strategic, only fools rush in, right? So when you are the King or Queen of Swords, or you're using swords, you're gaining knowledge, facts, research, information, and you are communicating that. So when you've got all 4 aces, you can make anything happen, okay? Because you've got all the tools, and it's like check, 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 you know, all systems go. So basically, if you've been manifesting something, Aquarius, you're perfectly positioned now to bring it into a reality, which is so exciting. That's probably everything that you want to see in a tarot reading. Whatever it is that you desire, whatever it is you've been craving, wanting, trying to actively manifest, whether that's short term or long term, you've reached the ideal situation, the ideal set of circumstances to make it work, make it happen, make it a reality, not just something on a canvas, you know, or cups that you're trying to choose from. Or we're not at the drawing board stage, we're at the doing stage, okay? Perfectly positioned, perfectly poised. And aces are your hard work and your actions met halfway by good luck from the universe. And you've got all of them, baby. Thank you, Selena File. Oh, Paul, you're stuck in hospital. Thank you for subscribing. So I did Capricorn yesterday, so you're welcome to watch the live just to catch my vibes or whatever. But then you can click out, go to the lives playlist, and the last live that I did, because they're in order of like most recent, the last one, it'll say, what will it say? Sagittarius and Capricorn. I just did 2, not yesterday but the day before, because I've got COVID, so my throat is a mess. Yeah, I shouldn't really be doing this now, but I'm aware that I'm like a week behind. One set of readings, 12 zodiac signs over 2 weeks. Like, I don't like it. But yeah, click out, look for the Capricorn reading, and you can look for any Capricorn readings, because it'll follow a long-term narrative. Hopefully it'll resonate. You're always welcome to pay for a personal reading. Like, share, subscribe, hype the channel, follow the channel, because I'm about to get to 3,000 watch hours, so you'll be able to do super chats and I can answer individual questions. I'll be creating memberships so you can get career, finance and education readings. I'll be doing the Native American Indian medicine wheel, which those 2 things, career, education, finance, and like health readings for the Native American Indian medicine wheel. I don't know why they're so popular, guys, but people buzz off them. But I can't do them all the time, so I'll put them occasionally and make them available to members, because I'm a full-time high school teacher as well. So I just work. So I need some dough for what I'm doing. What else? I'll put on a digital product for members as well. Memberships will probably be available from mid-November. I'm on track to have enough watch hours for that. So you'll be able to learn tarot, but not with me explaining whatever comes up as it comes up in these readings, but in a methodical way, because I know loads of you are like really intrigued. So yeah, so watch this space. Let's get one more for Aquarius, because this is looking good now. Perfectly poised for success. Whatever it is that you want, you're going to get it, okay? So you are looking for reciprocity and you don't believe that you're getting it, all right? So 2 is a number of balance. We've got 2 pentacles. This is like, I'm giving you my 50 cents. Please give me yours, okay? I'm putting in half. I want you to put in half and meet me halfway. I want reciprocity. I want duality. I want balance. I want us to be a team. Okay, I need 50-50. I need half and half. Which shows me your intentions, because you want to go legit. You need it to be a partnership, a true, you know, teamwork situation. If you were giving me like Knight of Wands vibes or Knight of Cups. It's like, well, I'm just blindly going into something, or I'm just here for a good time, not a long time. Or I don't care whether they like meet me halfway, I just love them. This is like, I need it to practically work. Like, I need you to have a good income like me. I need you to do half the housework like me. I need you to be honest like me. Okay, so with that being reversed, I think you're concerned that there isn't reciprocity here. Don't worry, we're not at the end yet. So let's see who's showing up in your reading, because it could be someone that you're thinking about, someone that you're actively dealing with, or someone that you're manifesting in the future. Right, they've got the Six of Swords. Now, the Six of Swords is... Swords represent like intrusive thoughts, baggage, emotional baggage. It makes me laugh saying that because all the memes. But this boat is travelling forwards, and you can see there's a little house on top of a... It's not a hill, it's more of a mountain, isn't it? It's like a refuge on top of a mountain. They're travelling towards that. Did that come out upright? It did, didn't it? So they're basically, it's healthy because they're moving on. It's someone who's moving on. They're willing to leave the past behind them. Okay. If it were reversed, it's like unfinished business. Like, I can't let someone go. I'm carrying baggage with me. You're welcome, Paul. I hope you feel better soon. Hi, Mr. Cole. Hi, Karen. Hi, Zach. Have I missed anyone out? Also, Selena File, you can watch your sign, or you can watch the sign of your person. I promise you collective readings will resonate. They may not every single time, but I think the more you watch a channel, the more they pick up on your energy. And especially if there's something important happening with your sign at the moment in your life, it'll show up in the read. It's weird, right? But I watch loads of readers, and my favourite ones I can tell you. Oh, I should recommend like my favourite readers as well. It depends, because it depends on that person's style, and if they do stuff that annoys you, you're not going to want to watch them. But I like certain ones because they resonate and because they don't do anything that annoys me. Like, I know I'll annoy some people just by, like, you know, being me, but collective readings do resonate. I don't fully understand how and why, but they do. Two more cards for this person, please. So, we've got the Nine of Swords reversed. Now, the Nine of Swords upright is... This is like staying up at night worrying. I can't sleep. I'm so worried. Each sword is fear, anxiety, worry. When it's reversed, it's a positive reversal, okay? So we're dropping that like fear state, we're dropping that anxiety state, and we're choosing to like it. You can see that makes sense because they're leaving their troubles behind. They're leaving that emotional baggage behind. They're healing. They're moving forward. Let bygones be bygones. Surrender it to the universe. Try to be healthy, you know, and we're dropping that like sort of anxious state. Oops. Just knocked a Palo Santo on the floor. Yeah, Zach, it's a tarot card reading. This is a love reading, but you can get readings about anything, really. I've done readings for loved ones that have passed on. I do those for free, I don't charge. I can do general readings, where it's like whatever comes out, past, present, future. I can do love readings. I can do health, career, education, finance. Whatever you want, baby. Specific questions or, you know, just how are they feeling? Anything like that. A lot of people are tempted to say, who will I marry? Or like, will I marry this person? Yes or no? I've got a lot of Indian people asking me that, but I would avoid just saying, am I going to marry them? Yes or no? Because a year ago, it may have been a no, and now it may be a yes. Do you know what I mean? You need to follow someone's external realities, someone's life circumstances, and where their head is at. Do you know what I mean? It's movable. Like, that answer is going to change by the week, by the day, by the hour. So I wouldn't ask something like that, because you're not gonna. If you don't get the answer you want, you're just gonna be like annoyed, aren't you? But actually need to understand what's going on in someone's life over their lifetime. You need to follow. Queen of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Cups reversed. The Hierophant upright. The Seven of Cups reversed. And the Four of Wands upright. What is going on here? So I like to read from the back, and I'll tell you what each one means, okay? And then it should make sense. The Queen of Pentacles upright is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Pentacles are increments of time, money, and energy. Earth signs are very material centered, okay? Meaning that their 3D reality, their safety, their sense of security is very important to them. And in a civilized world, in a capitalist world, on planet Earth, you have to have money, you have to have a home. You know, these are the things that create fear and anxiety, worry, they break down relationships. It makes uncertainty when we don't have a steady job, when we don't have some savings, when we don't have goals for ourselves. So this is a person that needs to have money in the bank. They like a steady job. It doesn't mean they'll never be out of one, because that's not possible, is it? Everyone's between work at times. Everyone is changing career, or, you know, has to be young and build up a career or whatever. But this is someone who loves and prefers to be secure. They like consistency. That's very typical of Taurus and Capricorn. It will be typical of Virgo, except Virgo's more sapiosexual, perfectionist. They're probably a visionary, like there's something a little bit, what's the word? Is esoteric, right? Is that right? A little bit outside of the, like, more left field, because there's something very special, something very different. But Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn are very earthy, very grounded, practical. They need to have things in order, and they love to nurture. Okay, so they love to provide. A queen or a king of pentacles is a solid option. They are a provider. Okay, as much as they like to have a beautiful home and nice things, and they're captivated by beauty, they will spend the same amount of money on others. Okay, they won't just be spending that on themselves. You'll think, oh my god, they go through money, but they'll always have money, because even though everyone has to have periods where they don't have loads of money, this is the kind of person that will make sure they get it. Okay, they'll make sure they get it. Thank you, very red bean. Esoteric, yeah. Sorry, that was reversed, wasn't it? So at the moment, this Queen of Pentacles, whether they're male or female, queens are more in a nurturing energy. They try to consider everyone else's feelings as well as their own, how things will impact everyone else. You know, you see like that tree behind them. Sorry, my voice is going. It's a nurturer. Just have some water. Someone who's in their more masculine energy could be a bit more cutthroat. They could be like, no, for the greater good, I've got to make this decision and people won't be happy about it. So it's a different energy. It's a bit more domineering. It's a bit more focused, single track minded. They're trying to think about the greater good, not how each individual person is going to feel about something. It's different, and we've all got masculine and feminine energy. We just kind of move into a more masculine energy or move into a more feminine energy at different times for different reasons, okay? That was reversed, so possibly this person is unemployed at the moment. Possibly they are having a lot of outgoings. They could be having to dip into some savings. It doesn't mean it'll be like that forever. They could also be, because earth signs enjoy, they've got an abundance mindset. They understand that when they spend money, it doesn't mean more money isn't going to come. When you assume that because you're out of a job, if you spend any money, you got to suddenly stop, you like spending any money at all, and you like go really intense like that, you block energy. So it's very important, if you're concerned about finances, to not do that. This is sacred geometry on here. That's the flower of life. Okay, and sacred geometry is continuous. So there's no beginning on that pattern. There's no end. That's how money flows. Love flows like that around the universe. Money flows like that around the universe. Okay, so any pattern, and you see this a lot in churches, mosques, temples, you get sacred geometry where it's just repeating. That is the universe. So you're part of that. You're not separate to it. You bang in the middle of it. Money will continue to flow into your hands. Okay, you have to put out CVs. You have to start businesses. You have to do the practical things. But if you say out loud what you want, and you say, I want money, I deserve money and I'll have money. I want success, I deserve success and I will have success. You say things like that, you burn Palo Santo, which attracts abundance. And you say out loud to the angels, like, this is what I want. I'm very clear what I want. I want a workplace that supports me. I want, a job that I enjoy, or a boss that understands me, that's fair. Do you know what I mean? And in a year, you'll have what you want, and it could be sooner. But external realities need time to fall into place. So a person who's got an abundance mindset could spend a lot occasionally, but it's because they know they can always get more. They know they'll get a job again. Rationalise it and know that if you put out CVs, you'll get a job again. If you do supply, someone's going to want you. Do you know what I mean? It's just, you just have to take steps confidently, knowing that. It's about having faith and knowing that more money will come. So they could be spending a lot at the moment. They could be between jobs. A habit can happen, can't it? Where if you love material stuff, if it makes you feel good, you might spend a bit too much. And as long as you check yourself and you rein it in again, that's okay. So yeah, so that kind of speaks to where this person's at. Certainly, I am a Taurus and I'm very partial to retail therapy. And I love, my logic is stuff doesn't leave, and that sounds really sad and really depressing, but you can pour everything into a love and they might leave. Lots of things come to an end. That's usually the case. But if you buy something, it doesn't leave, does it? So I could be a potential hoarder based off of, like, if you're looking at emotional stuff. There's hoarding potential there. Knight of Cups, right, what order were these in? Oh my god, right. The Four of Wands was last, the Seven of Cups reversed, the Hierophant. It is this one next. The Knight of Cups reversed is someone that's like their heart's closed off to love. They probably do love someone. They have feelings of love for someone, but they're not going to tell them. Because the Knight of Cups is that like Romeo and Juliet. It's Knight move. She likes buying shoes. I like buying shoe racks. That's hilarious. Hi, Koyel. These are collective readings. If you want to buy a personal reading, you can look at my channel description. But these should resonate. Feel free to watch your sign and watch the sign of your person. Hi, Mama's baby girl. How scouse do I sound? I don't care. I will be doing live Q&As when I get enough watch hours. I'm probably on target for memberships and in mid-November, and then live Q&As probably a bit later, maybe like December, January. Knight of Cups is like, cups are emotions. Okay, knights take action. So if it was a Page of Cups, it'd be someone that's like on the lookout. But a knight is someone who's actively dating, actively in pursuit of a person, and it's because they're in love. Knight of Wands is sexual. That's like, I fancy the pants off that person and no idea about feelings or like anything else. Yeah, it's passion. But Knight of Pentacles is like, I would like to date this person with a view to us, making it legit. Increments of time, money and energy, building a future. Knight of Cups is like, I want this person. Like, I really think I could fall in love with this person. It's got to be them. It has to be Juliet. It has to be Romeo. Like, no one else will do, because you've like, basically, you like everything about that person. You like not just what they look like, but you think that you like their soul. You think that you have respect for them. You think that your heart belongs to them and only them. Do you know what I mean? It's romantic as hell. But that Knight of Cups is reversed, so possibly that has impacted, that financial situation has impacted that emotional situation, because you don't, when you haven't got your ducks in a row, you don't go, tell you what, like, how about I just go and like present myself to that person and their family. But then I've got to tell them that I'm unemployed, or I've got to tell them that I'm in between jobs. You don't do that. No one does that. If you've got hella debt and stuff like that, you tend to want to sort that out before you present yourself to people. Like, here I am. I'm a good option for your son. I'm a good option for your daughter. Like, you don't, do you know what I mean? So possibly like poor timing. High fortify. Is that like fortify or fortify? I don't know. It's cool though. The Hierophant is the major arcana for Taurus. So you could be dealing with a Taurus. The Hierophant is the teacher. Doesn't have to be a Taurus, but it represents someone who's trying to be wise. The Hierophant has led such a life of craziness, had so many experiences, so much life experience, that they're no longer the student, they're now the teacher. And they will spend their life pouring their heart out to other people, being very honest about things that have happened to them. They may even be like a mentor, a teacher, a healer, a counsellor, a therapist. But this is a person that wants to tell others honestly what's happened to them, so others can avoid having those difficult experiences themselves. Okay, so the Hierophant is nothing to do, it looks like the High Priestess card, but they're very different actually. The High Priestess is about intuition, following your gut, trusting in the divine plan. your connection to spirit. This is like, as a human, in my human life, I have just lived so much experience on this planet that I could tell you a whole lot. You may not even have all the answers, but they could tell you a whole lot about what's happened to them and maybe what they would have done different, or what might be foolish, or when to, heed red flags and pull out, or whatever. Pull out of a karmic situation. If you ignore red flags, things get worse and you're forced out of it anyway, because you're forced to draw boundaries. But this is someone who's lived a lot, okay? Usually like a counsellor, an instructor, a mentor, a teacher, a professor, someone spiritual. Yeah, it's about trying to do life in a way that isn't reckless, isn't foolish. We learn from our mistakes, we're reflective, and we're careful, like, to take some time, make decisions, do the right thing based off of I'm wiser now. Yeah. So then we've got the Hierophant's upright, so that's good. Trying to be wise. The Seven of Cups reverse. So the Seven of Cups upright is usually when you're at a crossroads. Say you've just come out of a relationship or you've been single for a while. This is like having a blank canvas and you're like, what do I want for myself? I'm ready to manifest. What is it that I want to ask the universe for? What kind of person do I want? What kind of home do I want? What kind of job or career do I want? Do I want to relocate? This is being at the drawing board. It's being at a crossroads. And in each one of these cups, it's a state of like daydreaming. So you're like, what do I want? And in some of these cups, I think there's like a tentacle, or there's a snake there. There's a wand there. So there's passion. There's like sneaky snakes. I don't know what those wings represent. It could be the devil, I guess. That looks like a wreath, like success. That looks like a potion, doesn't it? Like manifestation or like dreams. That probably looks like justice, that like finger pointing up on that skeleton. And then that looks like the Ace of Cups, like when you're in love. But there's all different things, some good, some bad. So it's being at the drawing board. Hi Mimi, yeah, it's a collective reading for Aquarius. I'm just doing Aquarius and Pisces in this live. You're welcome to watch. If you want the other signs, go out of this live into the lives playlist, and they're in order of like most recent, and it'll say in the title which signs I've done in which live. Because I only did Capricorn and Sagittarius the day before yesterday. I've got COVID, so I'm just having to spread out the readings, because mine are long readings, like 45 minutes. I was doing an hour for each sign on Monday, I think it was. But I was proper enjoying being back. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to watch your sign and watch the sign of your person. Okay. I used to watch my moon sign and all that, but I haven't got time. I'm a high school teacher, so I'm very, very busy, and then I do this as well. But yeah, your sign and the sign of your person is enough. I'll be starting memberships mid-November. Super chats mid-November. Shop mid-November. Hopefully January I'll be able to do live Q&As. That's what we're on target for. Yeah, so this is like fun. This is like daydreaming, fantasizing. Yeah, it's a nice place to be. When it's reversed, it's crossed over from daydreaming into illusion, delusion, okay? I can't remember what it's called, I need to look it up, but people with autism are sort of predisposed to doing this. It's when you stay like living in your imagination more than you're living in reality. So if you get to a point where there's someone you really want to be with, that you're thinking about them night and day, or you're constantly thinking about what you want your life to be like, but then you're not doing so much in the real world to actuate that, that's kind of not that healthy. You need to think about stuff a certain amount, and then you need to get going, and you also need to have rest periods where you're just with friends and family, or you're in the moment, or you're out doing things. You can't just be in your imagination all the time. I'm sure it begins with A. I do this every time. But yeah, it's like crossing over into like fantasy and like delusion, because you're just basically obsessing with what it could be. Then that's kind of cute though, because we've got the Four of Wands. Now the Four of Wands is marriage. Okay, it's two people. They've acquired a home together. They live together. They could be married, or they could be, headed for marriage. But four's a very stable number. 4 is the most stable number in tarot. Like the 4 legs to a chair, the 4 walls to a house. This is a public relationship. Everyone knows about it. It's out in the open. It's rock solid. It's living together and or being married. It's two people in the strongest of unions, okay? So we've got fantasy about that. Possibly a Taurus, but it's someone who's trying to be wise. They don't want to offer their heart just yet, because they're probably not in a fantastic financial position at the moment. And they know these things are important, okay? I mean, couldn't be more important, because on the other side, we've got you, Aquarius, who's waiting for that pentacle. They're waiting for that 50-50. Sorry, you're waiting for that 50-50. So that person can't provide that just at this moment. Which is why they could be slowing things down a little, being a little bit closed off. Meanwhile, their whole fantasy is being legit with you. Being set up, 50-50. I'm going to close the windows because it's freezing. I just had to let the sage out. Where's everyone watching from? Are you all in the UK? Are you somewhere else? Let's get 3 for the outcome. So they moved on emotionally. They're no longer anxious. Not in a great situation right now, financially. A little bit closed off emotionally. However, in the back of their mind, they're obsessed. They're like high-key obsessed. Probably keeping it right to themselves. They fantasize about being married, living together, everyone knowing. Right, we've got a combination. So I'll take this as one card, and then we'll get the rest. We've got the High Priestess. Here she is. The Hermit reversed. Oh my god, the King of Pentacles. We've got the King and Queen of Pentacles. Have we not? Yeah. Because this person, your person, is the Queen of Pentacles. You're the King of Pentacles. You're also reversed. Nice balance of masculine and feminine energy. Let's go through the cards one by one. Hi Thano, hi QWERTY, low bubble. Will you marry in the next 3 years? Is reunion possible or impossible? Please reply. If you want a personal reading, I can do that for you. I'll be able to do live Q&As in a few months. I haven't got enough watch hours to do that right now. These are collective readings, so you've caught me in the middle of Aquarius reading. So if you look for your sign and watch that and watch the sign of your person, I guarantee that you will get the answer to your question, okay? Because you need to know what's going on in that person's life, because what was possible a year ago might not be possible now, or what's not possible now might be possible in a year's time. So I'd rather you get into regularly watching your person's sign and your sign, so you can get into tune with this person's life journey, your life journey, because that's what it is, really. That's what you need to, more than asking a question. Do you know what I mean? I will do that eventually, but I can't. You have to have a certain number of watch hours. But all I can think is that, I don't 100% understand it myself, but I know it resonates for many people. Watching a collective reading must mean that people of the same zodiac sign have similar life journeys, similar lessons to learn, and on fairly similar time scales. You know, maybe a few months out from one another, maybe not dealing with the same person or exactly the same circumstances, but definitely we're all on this planet to have spiritual journeys and life lessons, and they're playing out. So everything's movable, and it's just like what I'm talking about. If someone's finances aren't right, then no, they're not going to marry you like next year or whatever. They're not going to like declare their love to you and like tell your family or whatever, because they haven't got the ducks in a row. In a year, they might do. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want you to really ask, am I going to be with this person, yes or no? Because right now it might tell you no, and then in a year it might tell you yes. So it's going to upset you where actually all things possible. Trust me, right? Follow the collective readings for your sign and for your person's sign. Follow them for like several months, and you'll know exactly what the answer is. You'll know exactly what the answer is. The High Priestess is about wisdom. Sorry, it's not about wisdom. It's about intuition, your relationship to spirit, your ability to trust your instincts, trust your gut, your third eye chakra. What is your intuition telling you? What is your body telling you? Are you getting tummy aches? Are you getting headaches? Can you not sleep? Do you have faith in the divine? Do you believe that there's a divine plan and it's all already written and this is going to come together somehow? The High Priestess is upright. So in the outcome, and I know this is your feelings because you're showing up as the King of Pentacles, it has to be you because they're the Queen of Pentacles, right? Because in the outcome, it could be either of you. But I know this is you because of this card. Aquarius, you believe that you're following your divine plan, that this is your correct path. The Hermit reversed is the major arcana. Sorry, that's Pisces energy, by the way. The Hermit is the major arcana for Virgo. Now, if that was upright, I'd say you're in a period of isolation right now. Because the Hermit, in the story of the major arcana, the Fool realises that he must walk this part of the journey alone. There's no one with him because the answers lie within him. So he needs to isolate himself, soul search, walk alone this part of the journey for several months and reflect, what was my part, what was their part? What is it that I want? What is it that I wish to avoid going forward? It's all about reflection. Virgos are incredibly reflective. They will constantly talk about the past more than a Taurus does. More than a Libra does. A Virgo is like the ultimate hermit, okay? And they never quite get over the past. They will always go over it. They're always working on the future, but they're so reflective and they can be quite vengeful as well. So with the Hermit reverse, there could be a need to isolate, or You could have just finished a period of isolation. The King of Pentacles reverse means you also could be in a difficult financial situation. You also prefer to be, you're a fixed sign Aquarius, so you prefer stability, you're not comfortable with change. Being a King of Pentacles, you could have Taurus in your chart. You don't have to. You could have Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn in your chart. But you are very much a provider. You could have a home already. So could they. They don't have to. You could have children already. So could they. They don't have to. You could have a high-powered job. So could they. They don't have to. Okay, but you prefer to look at things from a practical point of view. So you've got that in common. You literally suit each other. You are of the same suit. So in tarot, if you don't already know this, you've got swords, you've got wands, you've got pentacles, and you've got cups. So the king and queen of any of those are divine counterparts. You literally suit each other. You think the same, you operate the same, you have the same love language. You're a divine pair, you know? And can you see the difference here? Like, very, very similar. However, she's got a tree that's like in leaf, and this one is bare, because this is a masculine energy, and this is someone that needs to think about the greater good. So, like, if you're the head of, like, an empire, you might have to make decisions where some people will suffer, but it's for the greater good. If you're an empress, you're going to be thinking about each individual person and how each person is going to be affected in that empire by this one decision. Does that make sense? So when you're a homeowner or you have a family, I mean, everyone has family and people that are very precious to them. This person is going to be thinking about how things are going to affect each person in that household or each person close to them. And this person's going to be thinking about the greater good. Even if some people don't like it, this needs to happen. So it doesn't mean that you're male and they're female. We all exhibit more feminine energy or more masculine energy depending on the circumstances. Sometimes you've just got to do what's right for the greater good. Sometimes you just feel that you want to think about everyone's different feelings, okay? So I know I've been gabbling on, but you learn a lot from really looking into what each card means, because it helps you to get the narrative. So let's put that one back where that belongs. This is all in relation to the justice reverse. So you could feel that you've been wronged. A situation is not fair. It's unfair. It's not right. It's unjust. It could be to do with marriage. It could be to do with work. It could be to do with any legalities. It could be to do with love. The Six of Pentacles is about balance. Sorry, it's about balance. 6 is an even number. Pentacles are increments of time, money, and energy. We know the scales of justice are there. But this is about, I need things to be fair. I need things to be equal. I need justice to be done, you know? And something's being unfair, something's being unequal or unjust. So you're following your gut. You could have just completed a period of isolation, or you could be in need of one. Money could be a problem. You could have a lot of outgoings. And the situation is being unfair, okay? Make of that what you will. Let's get 2 more in the outcome, because you've all got different circumstances, right? Hi Wesley, hi Barsha, hi Preeti. It's a nice name. These are collective readings. You've caught me in the middle of Aquarius. Thanks very much, beard. I guarantee you will get an answer to whatever question you've got if you follow your sign and the sign of your person. If you're interested in a different sign, I've already filmed it. So you click out of this live and you go to the lives playlist, and they're in time order. So the most recent one will be at the top and so on. And each one will say which signs are covered. And they're about 45 minutes. They could be up to an hour long because I do deep readings. I don't give you a taste and then go, tell you what, pay for the extended. I don't do that. I've paid for extendeds and they don't tell you anything that they haven't told you in the main reading, and mine are long. So I'd just be scamming you if I made you pay for an extended. If you want a personal reading, you can do that. You can go to my channel subscription and click on the PayPal link and give me £18 and I will send you a private link to a YouTube video that only you can see, and it's definitely going to be your energy, and you can ask me a specific question or ask for a general reading. It doesn't have to be love, could be business, could be finance, could be health, could be anything. General reading, whatever you want. But you get 20 plus minutes, usually 40, because it's this spread that I do, if it's love. Live Q&A is coming soon and all that jazz. Not got enough watch hours yet. The Two of Wands reversed. The Two of Wands upright is... that's a planning phase. Like, I've got a choice now. I could go towards A or I could go towards B. I could go left or I could go right. I could stay or I could go. It's some sort of choice. And you're sitting there like contemplating, going, what to do. I need to make a plan. Like, I need to make a choice. Which direction do I go now? With that being reversed, it's like, I don't want to make a choice. I don't want to make a plan. I don't want to choose, okay? And with those other cards being your energy, it could be one of you or both of you, because you're both like not in an ideal situation at the moment, financially. The Tower. I was just thinking as I was like shuffling them, that's creating a standstill, isn't it? And what we need is some change. And this is the biggest change that you could ask for, the Tower. The Tower upright could be that the universe is going to pull your existing structures down, which sounds terrifying, but what replaces it will be something much better. An old foundation that was weak, cracked, crumbling, on shaky ground. Have you seen the news about that sinkhole that appeared in, where was it? Somewhere in the Far East. You've just caught, guys, if you just come in, you're in the middle of a collective reading for Aquarius. So you can watch your sign or the sign of your person. I won't be answering individual questions in this reading, okay? It's for Aquarius Collective. I'll start live Q&As in a few months when I've got enough watch hours, or you can ask for a personal reading and pay £18 and get like 40 minutes. It's usually 40. I say 20, but it's usually 40. The Tower is Aries energy, it's fire. The Tower changes everything. So if you're married, you won't be. If you're not pregnant, you will be. If you're redundant, you'll get a job. Or if you're in a job, you might get made redundant. Or you could be relocating to another country. Someone could bring you a tower by saying, I'm leaving you. Or I'm pregnant. Or I'm just trying to think of different circumstances. Like, you know, I can't do this life anymore and I want to be with you, but I want to relocate. And so you're like, shit, like I've got to make this like choice now. So that could come across like a Tower moment, or do you know what I mean? Suddenly like you didn't see it coming, but work have to like lay you off because they're like not doing well or something, like budget wise. So a tower can be brought to you, or you could create a tower in someone else's life. Yeah, I want a divorce, like, I'm leaving you unless we get engaged, you know, like, someone could cause a tower. It's major changes. Your life won't be the same after a tower. One or multiple things will be different, but as I said earlier, after the tower, you know, this awful tower crumbles down because it needs to, and what replaces it is something stronger, better. You know, it could be like an old brick tower comes down and then you get a diamond encrusted ivory tower in its place. So what replaces it will be better, stronger, superior. You know, things will be better positioned, better placed, but it will be change that's overwhelming. You know what I mean? It's not comfortable when the change is happening. It could feel overwhelming. But things have a habit of working out afterwards and falling into place. Does that make sense? Things will be rebuilt in a way that suits better in the end. I don't know if that makes sense. Goodness me, this been a long reading, hasn't it? It could be until it like keeps stopping. Anyway, I'll be able to edit it down. Let's clarify why your person has got the cards that they've got. So that, you know, hoity-toity, look at their champagne taste, beer budget, arrogant, pretentious. Ooh, yeah, this person's not gonna like, Aquarius, this person's not gonna like rough it, you know. They like to have a nice situation. Just like they wouldn't want someone to come towards them that hasn't got the ducks in a row, they're not going to approach anyone that hasn't got the ducks in a row. Okay, so know that about them. They do like the finer things. But I mean, if you're King and Queen of Pentacles, you should know that really. You got that in common. What's this? Let's have a look. Entangled. Establish and communicate your own boundaries. In the past, this person has been used financially. Multiple boundaries could have been crossed. We know that they want to be living together and or married in a legit situation. So they could have experience of third-party dynamics. They could have people that have strung them along, you know, love bombers that just want to get in their pants, game players. They could have been cheated on. It doesn't mean they've never had a solid situation, but the majority of their experiences could be tangled ones, okay, for whatever reason. People who are very like money, time and energy focused, particularly signs like earth signs or signs ruled by Venus. Okay, they like things, they like stuff, and if someone's promising them stuff, they might succumb to it. If someone is very handsome or very beautiful, they might succumb to it. So they could have just got involved with, you know, like the wrong people and being led astray. They could have had a lot of karmic situations. Okay, so we've got divorce, breaking a contract. So divorce is involved somehow. They could be going through a divorce, you could be going through a divorce. Endings aren't always endings, okay? So it could be someone that you've been involved with, that you had a false start with, okay? And it's coming back around. Let's get a new contact message from them. Well, they have waited an extra week. I'm gonna have to do a 2-part series for this one. God. To be fair to me, it's alive and I've been explaining to people like what's going on with the channel and stuff. Will you listen? There's so many things I want to say to you, but will you hear me all the way out? Will you believe me? This person got a lot to say. They could have a lot of skeletons in the closet, you know, or crazy past, an eventful past. They could have a lot of emotions for you that they're not sharing. You know, we talked about the fantasy and the delusion and the daydreaming with the 7 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. We talked about them trying to be wise. We talked about them not being in a perfect place financially at the minute. We talked about them not wanting to approach anyone in a love sense for right now. However, they're probably keeping those feelings hidden. They probably exist, but they're keeping them hidden for that card to be there. Because if they're a straight player, they wouldn't have the 4 of Wands and they'd have like the Knight of Wands or something. Or if they were a liar, cheater, deceiver, they'd have like the 7 of Swords. I didn't get anything bad here. It's just someone who's lived a life. They've been through a lot. Things aren't perfect financially right now, so they're closed off. They're not going to declare their love for you and be like, here I am, until they've got shit together. But this is what they fantasize about. It's marriage, living together. It's someone from your past, someone who you may view to be hoity-toity, materialistic, very focused with what you've got, what you're wearing, your assets, like, because they're focused on theirs, so they would also, like, focus on yours, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, you are, like, of the same suit, so you probably, like, think the same and stuff like that. You could have slight differences depending on your moon sign, but or that it could be the moon sign and the sun sign that match. It's on. I see you looking good and moving on. I don't care who you're talking to, I'm better. I will compete for you. This person is not letting you go just because they're not verbalizing anything. Like, doesn't mean they're not thinking all these things and feeling all these things. It doesn't mean they haven't got this desire, very, very intense fantasy and desire and intention for this to go somewhere. I mean, if divorce is involved somewhere, that's making it messy, as well. Endings aren't always endings. They've never forgotten. They've done some healing, and they've let bygones be bygones, and they've surrendered it, but they haven't forgotten or let go. If that makes sense. I am terrified. Okay, so this person is really frightened. They want commitment, but they may have insecurities based on their circumstances right now. You seem to have the Magician. You've got, like, all 4 aces. Do you know what I mean? So you're, mind you are King of Pentacles reversed. They're terrified of commitment. They're terrified of love, because it could be their last love. They're terrified of having to live up to, that commitment financially, of telling everyone. It could be in a while since they've been in a legit situation. And it kind of means being out in the open, answering to people, having to practically make something work again, not just pleasing yourself, and living in a reality where the life that you're envisaging starts to be actuated, starts to materialize, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with what that materializes into. So that could be frightening, because if you're constantly fantasizing, it's movable, isn't it? And you could say, well, I want it to be like this, or I want it to be like that, but they'd have to, like, find a reality in the end that they're able to commit to and be happy with. You can paint a picture and paint over it as many times as you want, but in real life, if you love someone, you got to be happy with a life together and think, well, I'm happy as long as I'm with you and we have a decent lifestyle. I'm happy with what that materializes into. So it could be frightening to someone who's been able to, constantly paint on a canvas and fantasize and change the picture over and over as many times as they want. They definitely want you, because it's the Knight of Cups, remember, so it's Romeo. It has to be Romeo, it has to be Juliet. They definitely want commitment. They are Pentacles orientated, so they like security. They get anxiety when they're not in a good situation. financially, so they won't ever go for someone who's a hobo, and you know, they wouldn't put themselves towards anyone who's not when they're not in a good situation themselves. Okay, so they're not, I'm not saying they're like after your money, because this person's gonna have money, this person's gonna have assets, connections, like good, so they want to wait till they're back in good circumstances so you can have reciprocity. What's the nature of this connection, please? Right, with you two, it's the law of attraction. You've been manifesting this relationship. Everything you want will soon be yours. Oh, hi. Sorry. Hi, Louise. I've got COVID, got no voice. I'm not going to answer individual questions in the collective reading, but you can pay me for a personal reading. I can do a finance reading. Or you can wait till memberships come up in mid-November and I'll be doing regular finance readings. I have to like get this done because I'm so far behind with me being poorly. Thanks for understanding. Yeah, so you've manifested this person, Aquarius. It's someone from your past. You've already been involved with them, but it never went legit. Divorce is involved. You both not being in a perfect financial situation is involved, but you are divine counterparts. You are the King and Queen of Pentacles. You do suit each other. And you want reciprocity. Look at this. This is manifestation. That's a card of you actively manifesting this person back into your life. It's the law of attraction. Everything you want will soon be yours. If someone's been in no contact, the answer is they want you. It's on. And they've got things that they need to say, but they are terrified. Okay. This is what they want. They want marriage. They want living together. Whatever your happily ever after looks like. They do want a rock solid situation. But they're gonna want a nice situation, you know. Nice house, nice garden, nice location, nice things. Because that's just a Pentacles person, you know, like it's just, that's their nature, that's their character, and it's not a bad thing. A lot of people will go into a Taurus's home, or a Virgo's home, or a Capricorn's home and be like, I have found my heaven. Do you know what I mean? Because it's made so accommodating, so comfortable, so stylish. You know, you're always welcome. You're always made to feel like it's your home. Like, it's not a bad quality. I'm so hungry. This is going to have to be a two-parter. Because TikTok only allows an hour. YouTube will be alright. It's more watch hours if people hang on in there. I get pissed off with overly short readings where you don't really feel like you've learned anything new. This is in-depth. This is like arms deep. Don't overdo it. What's that about? What's that about? Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. My tummy's about to rumble, so apologies in advance, I can feel it. I can hear it. Don't overdo it. I can only think that because we've been talking so much about finances, that you may feel your perception is that this person is hoity-toity, right? So maybe you're tempted to splash the cash. And if you haven't really got the finances right now, and they haven't, and they do love you, and you want reciprocity, it may be best to try to pull back if you do. That's the only thing I can think. Don't overdo it. Because it's very Pentacles focused. You're the King and Queen of Pentacles. And I know you really want this person because you manifested them back into your life. You've got, or don't get too like, you know when you just can't believe someone's back and you're like obsessed over them, but you can sort of let other responsibilities slide or take your eye off the ball in some area. Like if you're going through divorce or you've got, you know, work to focus on, or you need to like, don't overdo it and get too overly excited, because it's not that this isn't a big deal, but you need to try and like ground yourself and keep on top of like, you know, like the minor details in your life. Like don't just go mental. Because it happens to like both of you, doesn't it? Like your brain's full of chemicals, endorphins, and it's apparently it's like being on drugs, and you can't be in that state for like a prolonged period, but you may feel like this tower is just chaos happening and everything's happening at once, and you know you can't believe this person back, but then you know you're in the middle of this like tower falling, and it's just, it can be a lot. So make sure you get your rest, make sure you eat right, exercise, try to maintain some sort of balance in how much you see this person, how much energy you put into it, and try to keep on top of like things. Don't just let everything slide or go too over the top trying to impress them, because they already got like feels for you. It's not really, it's not the ideal time. It's not like everything's going to go super fast, because neither of you have got perfect circumstances right now, but the love is there, the intention's there, the loyalty is clearly there. Let's get a well-being card. You're getting obsessed with this channel, that's good. My tummy, like, oh my god, I'm so hungry. I've got a few extra pounds, if anything. I don't know why my stomach's rumbling all the time. Expansive. Every day I'm learning new things and expanding into my highest potential. So I don't know if you might not literally be studying, but I do feel like, Aquarius, you're going through a transformation here. Like you're going through an ascension. It's not comfortable, but we do the most growth in periods of discomfort, in periods of high challenge. You totally change, isn't it? It's like you're a piece of metal being beaten and heated up and tempered into something totally different. It makes me think of like a shuttle going off into space, you know, and you're passing through the atmosphere. The temperature's like hard, you know, it's Icarus flying too close to the sun. It's like that heat and that pressure. It's not, nothing can be the same after you've gone through something like that. So you are going to be in a higher state of consciousness. You're going to be more aware. You will have developed yourself personally. It's not comfortable, but it leads to, yeah, like a higher knowing. You know, these books are knowledge, aren't they? Knowledge, wisdom, experience, development. It's like if you do take on a course, by the time you've studied it, you've built new synapses, the way that you think is different, your perspectives on things will have shifted. You can talk about things on a deeper level. You can get into healthy debate with people. You can enlighten others. Knowledge is power, and experience is knowledge. So experience is power. It's not personal. People's reactions or opinions of me are not really about me at all. People tend to project their own insecurities or fears onto one another. So when someone speaks unkindly to me, I'll remember they have something going on that has nothing to do with me. Okay, so you may need to protect yourself from other people's snipes, comments, jibes, judgment. What people are doing when you tell them stuff, they're processing that information from their perspective, their unique life experience, their childhood, their trauma, their current situation, their fears. If you talk about divorce to someone, they're going to go, shit, is that catching? Like, are we going to get a divorce? Like, or I got cheated on. I don't like the fact that this was a third party situation, and they're looking at it from their perspective. A grandparent's going to go, well, how's this going to affect my grandkids? Like, I don't want to be able to pick them up from 2 different houses and it's all going to get complicated. So why don't you just tell you what, stay where you are? Because I don't like what's happening because it's uncomfortable for me. But you've got to just give the information and they need to just receive it and be supportive. People need to receive the information, whoever it is, and be supportive. If they cast judgment or if they project stuff onto you, it's because it's making them reflect on their own experiences, their own experiential learnings. Do you know what I mean? Their own memories, their own triggers. Like, if you've been brought up in a way where your parents were closer to the Victorian age, because you're like in your 60s, 70s, your parents were born around like turn of the century, they're influenced by their parents who were in Victorian times. Do you know what I mean? So it's like generational like judgment is different, cultural judgment is different, racial judgment is different. If location makes a difference, religion makes a difference, but you are in a space of following your gut, following your intuition. Okay, so it's not about asking other people or letting other people get in your head, or there may be some projection from people onto you, but we said that change isn't comfortable. When towers fall, they have to fall. Okay, you can't stop them, and afterwards you'll be a higher being from it, and you'll be in a better position. Things will fall together. You think they're falling apart, they'll fall together. Right, what do I need to get you now? This one, a fortune card, and then an angel number. Alignment. Align your energy. Crystals can heal and amplify your intentions. So you need to be focused. Trust your gut. Okay? Accept the expansion that you're going through. Accept the tower. You manifested this person through the law of attraction. Okay? But you need to protect your well-being, your own well-being, okay? Because people are going to project onto you when they hear about this, when they learn about it, when you reveal things. You're going to get judgment, you're going to get people trying to control what is not theirs to control, okay? You may want to, because it's come out with crystals. I know this is like a long ask, but we've already said it's going to be a two-parter. I'm going to get you some crystal cards, because Spirit's very good at choosing ones that are perfect for the situation. My feet are cold. And I don't like it. I'm a complainer, sorry. Rhodonite, okay? So rhodonite affects the throat chakra. It'll heal your throat chakra. So you'll be able to communicate what you need to. You'll be able to stop people in their tracks if they're projecting onto you. You'll be able to express what you need to if you've got thoughts and feelings trapped inside. Now, this is a different crystal deck, but it's got a sort of better photo of what the crystal looks like and a very long, detailed description of how it works and how to use it. So let's look for rhodonite. There it is. What it is, so that's what it looks like. That's more clear, isn't it? Better photo. With a palette of deep pink and black, rhodonite gets its name from the Greek word for rosy. Who needs it? Potential wasters, those deeply sighing, I hate my job. Sagittarians. I don't know why that. Where to put it? Against your open heart, so on a necklace, begging the universe to tell you what the fuck you should be doing with your life. Bless. When to use it? When that cubicle life has got you down. When it's time to drop the people-pleasing facade and start doing something that really lights you up. When you're ready to use your real, unique powers to actually make this rapidly spinning planet a more beautiful place. Go with your heart. I fucking love that. I love that, to be honest. Go with your heart. People are going to be jealous now because I gave you a long ass reading. I gave you crystals. Let's get you a fortune card. Someone once said to me, if you follow your heart, you can rarely go wrong. And it was a tarot reader. I think as an air sign Aquarius, you can overthink and be very, very humanitarian, so very concerned with how a community feels about something. And you think that you're just there to serve others, but you forget to look after yourself. Okay, so it's time to do what you enjoy, and you've literally manifested in what you want. You just gotta, like, protect yourself now. I don't know why all these have come out, but they have. Oops. Let's do this one first because this came out upright and then the others slid off facing down. A powerful ally will help you achieve your goals. You got someone in your immediate circle that's going to help you. Not a lot of people are going to be prepared to help you, but you got someone in your circle that's going to absolutely they're going to step into the fore for you. And they're going to help on a practical, financial, emotional, whatever level you need. That's kind of cool. A new beginning is on the horizon. Embrace it. Your spirit guides are near. Seek their guidance. That's interesting. Because you've been manifesting this, you must have been having some sort of dialogue with a loved one that's passed away, or spirit in general, source in general. You must have been asking for, praying for, whatever it is, the way that you manifest. You can manifest just by thinking and concentrating on the thing that you really want. You've had some sort of dialogue with the universe and possibly someone that's passed on, or something, like, I don't know. Because I don't know what your method is, but somehow, even if the majority of your time has been, do you know what's making me feel a bit sad? It's like if a loved one is close to you that's passed on, and they've observed you crying, they've observed you stressed, they've observed you upset, they've observed you not following your heart, because Aquarians find it difficult to do that, because they're very humanitarian, it's acts of service, constantly worrying about other people. I think they might have, they want you to follow your heart. Okay, that's the message. They want you to follow your heart. Let's get you an angel number. You might be Superman. Yeah, but I don't really like emerald as a colour, do you? I know we're Taurians and emerald is our thing, but I prefer turquoise. And turquoise rules the throat chakra, so 1919 cycles, karma, warning, judgment, influence, power, cycles, changes, and rebirth. This is your rebirth, because we had that on another card, didn't we? A new beginning is on the horizon. Embrace it. It's on. 4 of Wands. I'm terrified. Okay. Karma will be paying you a visit. Release the need to control, because you cannot force things. Learn your lessons so that they don't repeat in the future. Make some space for new experiences. You could have been trapped in a karmic cycle, and you could have actively stayed in it because you were worried about other people, or you listened to what other people were saying. Okay, so you get karma for doing that. It's not like you always get karma for leaving a person, like divorce is always bad, because if you're in a karmic marriage and you don't recognise the pattern that you're perpetuating, that's the negative. That's the negative, to stay in something that's toxic, to stay in something that's trauma bonded, or something that doesn't serve you, and to put yourself last. That is a karmic behaviour. That could be a generational pattern. Make space for some new experiences. It's all a new beginning on the horizon. A powerful ally will help you achieve your goals. It's not personal. It's on. Oh my god, it's such good reading, guys. I'm sorry it was long, horse. You're welcome. Take care. If you liked this reading, if it resonates, please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel. And Aquarius, I will see you in the next one. I'm going to run to bring my dinner in here, and then I will get the Pisces reading on the go, okay? I'm not gonna leave you. That's good, it's chili con carne, so that'll warm me up. No, but we've been having sausages too much, you're going to lose points on that. There's been an over-reliance on sausages. I'm putting socks on as well. I've got socks on, I'm not like a weirdo, but I'm going to have to put more socks on. It's definitely autumn now, isn't it? There's some autumn resistors around me. A couple of weeks ago, and I was like, I'm telling you, it's autumn. I'm telling you. Because it's so, warm in the middle of the day, but it's freezing at night. And, in the evening, it's just, ooh. There's a couple of windows open around the house. I'm like, hell no. I feel the cold really bad, me. I've got normal blood pressure, but it's towards the lower end of the normal range. So, and when you're sitting, oh no. I don't know. Men always seem to be too hot. And women always seem to be too cold. It is fair though, because it makes sense. We've got slightly different circulatory systems, haven't we? Like women pull the blood in the centre of the body for pregnancy, for when pregnancies happen. And that's why they've always got cold arms and legs and hands and feet. and men just move the blood all the way around evenly. I don't know why, like, not enough people know that. Not a lot of people know that, but it's just GCSE science. That's why they make those duvets where it's like, one side's like thin and one side's thick, isn't it? Because one's for the man and one's for the woman. I think that's a perfect solution, to be honest. Because I ain't having a thin duvet for anyone. Right, we're moving on to Pisces. Let's take this in a 3-hour reading. It won't be. I haven't got enough voice left in me. Honestly, like, I'm the kind of person, if I see, like, someone's giving a long ass reading, like, yes, yes, queen, give me more. Let's have a shuffle, because that was a lot for Aquarius. Spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Pisces' highest good. If you're saying bro, you're probably under 18 and so it's not for you. Go and have your first kiss first. Please stand beside me and guide me for Pisces' highest good. How is Pisces feeling in this 3rd and 4th week of September 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Pisces is feeling, first of all, please. The moon reversed. Okay. So, it's your major arcana, the moon. You can see that this is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. It's water. The moon has all this water dripping down from it, and there's a person holding up a cup trying to catch that water, catch that emotion. They're in a woods at night. The moon card is, in the story of the major arcana, the fool realizes that he must walk forwards anyway. It's dark, it's scary, we don't know what's ahead, we don't know what challenges lie ahead, but we must walk forwards anyway, okay? It's about using your intuition, using your instincts. A lynx has very good sight in the dark, but it's also using vibrations, you know, air movement on the whiskers, on its fur. It's listening with its ears. It's creeping to try to detect using all of its senses. So it's about what's hidden. Okay, so we say not a lot of things are known when they're hidden. The moon card represents night, when it's dark, when things are hidden. The sun card illuminates, okay, and we generally feel safer in the day. We feel like we've got all the facts, we've got all the information, we can see everything going on around us. The moon card's about what's hidden, what we don't know, okay, and we generally fear what we don't know. You can fear when there's no need to fear, do you know what I mean? So you must walk forwards anyway. But with the moon reverse, it's like, nah, I'm not gonna. Nah, no way. No way. There's things out there that are gonna bite me, eat me, murder me. There's drama waiting for me. It's gonna be too hard. It's too scary. I want all the facts, I want all the information first. So it's that fear's too high. Let's get 2 more for Pisces. You could be, because it's your major arcana, you could be feeling, you know, not yourself, not good in some way as well. Just because it is your major arcana, it might not be to do with fear. But maybe that you're feeling out of sorts emotionally, or you just don't feel good about yourself at the moment. You can't follow your intuition or something. You want reciprocity. We've got the 2 of Pentacles. So you want to put in a pentacle of time, money and energy, but you want one from another person as well. You want to be met halfway. 2's a number of duality. Some people say it can speak to a choice, but I think it's more like, come on, I'm giving you my time, money and energy. I want the same from you. 50-50 for chores, 50-50 for money, 50-50 for, you know, how much time you give me, how much money you give me, how much energy you give me. I want equal, I want fair, I want even, I want balance, duality, teamwork. One more for Pisces. How is Pisces feeling? That's fair. If one person cooks dinner, the other one does the washing up. I do like having my dinner made for me, so I love cooking. But if I've had a day, I do quite like someone cooking for me. It's cute. The Devil upright with the King of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so the Devil is the major arcana for Capricorn. It speaks of obsession, infatuation, codependency, any or all of the above. Addiction, bad habits, bad choices, you know, like going towards something you shouldn't because it's wrong. The King of Pentacles reversed. Okay, when the King of Pentacles is upright, it's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. It's being very focused on the material world, the 3D responsibilities, like going to work, earning money, paying bills, getting savings, gifting people, giving them presents for their birthday, for special occasions, or just anyway, because you value them. Like, it's about material success and the ability to not only provide for ourselves, but others. Kings and queens have a lot of responsibility. They may have a home, they may have children, they don't have to. They could have a high-powered job. They could have parents that they need to support, or siblings that they need to support. This person enjoys to do that, though. It's masculine energy with it being a king, and they're going to be slightly more focused on the greater good, but they're still very giving. Love language is to gift as well. You could feel like with the Devil, you've overspent, or you're a workaholic. You have no life, like all you do is focus on bills, all you do is focus on money. You could have debt. You could be obsessing over the fact that you don't have work right now. I'm just trying to think of the different possibilities, but it's a strange combination. I've never had that. When Pentacles cards are upside down, it suggests that Pentacles are falling out of the pocket, you know, like we've overspent or we have extra outgoings. But with the Devil, it's like an obsession with money, like, or being a shopaholic, overindulging, spending, being reckless with money, or being obsessed with work, like all you do is work. It's a bad habit, an addiction, obsession, infatuation, codependency. You could have someone attached to you that is draining you of money, like a karmic, like a narcissist, someone that's operating you for money, a sociopath that's affecting your finances. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a fly on the wall and I'm reading for a collective, but you want balance and reciprocity and you are afraid going forward, so I don't know. I may clarify yours, and I don't normally do that, but let's see who comes out in your reading. You could be married because you're showing up as a king or queen. Right, they've got the Ten of Cups reversed. Now, the Ten of Cups upright is... that's a happy family life. It's everyone in a household, whether there's kids or not. That's a happy family life. So it could be you and your partner have a lovely, you know, life, and then you got happy dogs or like happy pets, or, you know, your parents are happy and you live with them, or like, I don't know, everyone in the house is happy. Kids are happy if there's kids. Everyone's cup is full, you know. The cups are upright, so there's plenty of love there, plenty of emotion there. Everyone's satisfied, everyone's content, you know, emotionally. When it's reversed, there's discontent in a family dynamic, whether there's kids that are unhappy, parents that are unhappy, siblings that are unhappy, you and your partner are unhappy. It's a card of family, whoever lives in that household or whoever you're very, very close to. Generally, it's within a household, and it means, like, you know, you're married with kids, or you're married, or you're together, like living together. There's discontent, there's disharmony, disunity, people are unhappy, you know, emotionally unhappy. See, that's a card of your person, whoever it is that's on your mind, whoever it is that you're dealing with, or someone you're manifesting in the future. What was your last reading? Was there highly obsessed with you? Unblock me. So let's see if anything resonates this week to do with that, if it follows on a narrative or it's just something totally different. Queen of Swords reversed. I'm getting two spouses here. King of Pentacles reversed with the Devil attached to it. And then a Queen of Swords reversed. Queen of Swords can be a divorce card, you know, in a love reading. It doesn't have to be. It's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. But it's about, swords are about knowledge, communication, facts, research, the truth, justice, humanitarian. It's air energy is intellectual, it's strategic, it's logical, it's rational. It's not about being emotional. No cups here, no fire here, no passion, no emotion, just logic and facts, the truth, honesty, communication that could be cold or blunt. The Queen of Swords reversed is a negative. It's these qualities accentuated, but in a negative way. So it could be blocking communication. It could be manipulating facts, lying to someone, overinflating things, saying nasty shit to someone, wanting a divorce and making it nasty, It tends to suggest one or the other. Too much communication that's blunt, nasty, mean, manipulative, or no communication at all. And it does often represent divorce. Hi, Leanne. And you've got a family card there that's reversed, and you've got a Queen of Swords reversed, so it could be that it could be your spouse, because they're showing up as blocking or nasty and manipulative with communication. You know, lying, manipulating things, trying to get things their way, giving you what for. I'm not gonna lie, it's not that nice a spread, is it? You want reciprocity and you're afraid, and you've got this devil attached to you when it comes to finances. They're not good. They're really not good. And there's an unhappy family situation and a divorce card. And they're not showing up Queen of Swords upright, they're showing up reversed, so it's like a negative character, like a negative quality. Or at the moment, you know, they're being this kind of way. And it's really not nice. You're just in the middle of a collective reading for Pisces at the moment. Ganaswari, sorry if I've pronounced your name wrong, but you would need to go to another channel where they can answer your questions in a live. I can't do that yet because I've not got enough watch hours. I will do it soon, but you'd still have to pay £10 for me to answer a question. Or you can pay me for a private reading at £18. But I don't answer questions in live collective readings because this is for Pisces collective. Watch your sign and something financial might come out, but I'm going to start doing memberships in mid-November and you'll be able to get regular career, finance and education readings. You'll get a very methodical approach to learning the tarot cards and the meanings, and you'll get the Native American Indian medicine wheel as well. So watch this space. The Fool card. Okay, the Fool's upright. This person is ready for a reset. Okay, so the Fool's ready. They're on the precipice of jumping into a brand new chapter, a brand new leap of faith, Aries energy. So I would say that person wants out of a family dynamic and they want new. You know, they want someone new. They want out. And things could be hostile or there could be no contact. Or high drama. That would explain why your finances are not good at the moment. Let's get 3 for the outcome. You could be someone that's going through a divorce. Or this could be someone that you're manifesting in, but I don't get why you've got all your stuff. Because that's not... It looks like you're in the thick of it with something, so it wouldn't really make sense. The Empress reversed. The Empress upright is the major arcana for Taurus and Libra. Okay, they share this one. The Empress is ruled by Venus, the goddess of love and beauty. She attracts love and abundance. She does not chase it. She doesn't just sit there and money and love drops on her lap. But she's beautiful and she's supposed to be rescued and wifeyed up and have lots of children. It's part of her destiny. Okay, so what she's very good at is she's the ultimate nurturer and she's highly creative and productive. So she could be literally pregnant, or she's constantly pregnant with the idea of, you know, different possibilities, very creative, very productive person. She's all 4 queens. She's the Queen of Wands, very motivated, very ambitious, confident, good looking, assertive. She's the Queen of Swords, so she's intellectual, strategic, thinks things through, can play a chess game if she needs to. She's a fantastic communicator. She's the Queen of Pentacles, so she has the finances, likes to be financially secure, enjoys to have nice things, a nice place, nice clothes, gift other people. What am I missing? Queen of Cups, very emotionally intelligent, patient, understanding, forgiving. Has a strong capacity to provide love and patience and understanding and nurturing to others. A calm person to be around. Now, when the Empress is reversed, and it's the highest status in the tarot deck as the Emperor is, they're equal. She's got all 4 queens. It's a person who's mature, established. They could have a house, a home, a marriage. They could be in a high-powered job or own a business or several businesses. But the fact that they're showing up reversed means they're not feeling themselves at the moment. The crown's fallen. They've been knocked off the pedestal. They're feeling lackluster somehow. You see how everything beams out of like that crown that she's wearing? Like that's how she's viewed by others. But internally, when this is reversed, this person's not feeling good. Let's get 2 more. It could be you, Pisces. You could have Libra or Taurus in your chart, or it could be a person. They could be Libra because they've got air energy there. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, so that Queen of Swords. They could be an Aries because they got the Fool. But they don't have to. Seven of Cups upright, the Strength, Major Arcana for Leo, and the Eight of Pentacles reversed. See, I feel like that's them because they're at this like, they want out. Family situation sucks. They want out of this marriage and they're ready. They're ready for new. They're not willing to work on things. There's a need to be emotionally strong. And they're at like a crossroads in their life where they're fantasizing about which way next. So I feel like that's them. You're more like in a figure state. You recognize that you want duality. Okay, I'll get it later, Mum. And then mince pie in September. That's the earliest we've had them. The Devil with the King of Pentacles reversed. You got like I feel like you got someone sucking your finances down. And if you're going through a divorce, let's be honest, that's what happens. It's inevitable. But they could be, I will clarify, but they could be someone who's like a money grabber, a gold digger, a user. And it could be you that's the Empress reverse because you should be someone who's very abundant and yet you've been shaken down for Pentacles here. Let's get one more. I know. It's like, they put in like all the Christmas stuff in the supermarkets from now. So when you walk around the supermarket, you just think, I'll grab that. Because I suppose it's a feeling of cozy, isn't it? When it started to go like quite bitter in the evenings and nighttime. An early morning, oh my god, no thank you. Let's get one more for the outcome. I will be having a mince pie. I can taste it now. But I don't want them every day until Christmas. Then I'd be sick of them by the time it's Christmas. I think they're always quite cheap, aren't they, as well? Like £1 something for 6 or something. So they're quite affordable. Compared to some of the bougie desserts that I like to buy. Now that came out in the challenge position, and it's the High Priestess, which is Pisces energy. It's a card of being intuitive, using your intuition, following your gut. What are you being led to do by the divine? Where do you feel your true path is? There's a struggle here, like that's the challenge. Where's my true path? Where is my true path? When you're going through something awful, you tend to lack faith, you lose faith, don't you? It's not like you're going to go through a karmic situation or be used by a narcissist or, you know, something terrible happened to you. You're going to have a crisis of faith. You have a crisis of confidence. You're going to feel like everything's against you. Everything sucks. You can't think straight, over emotional. And so you're not going to be like, do you know what? Everything's going to be absolutely fine. You're not going to be like that. So I think that's why that's the challenge. I think that's your energy. I think this is really like shaking you. You're the Empress reversed. You see they're not investing into this anymore. There's a need to be emotionally strong. Whether this is you or them, there's a drawing board now. There's a blank canvas. We're at a crossroads. Because they're out already. They've already, like, they made up the bed, like. It's like they packed a camping bag, but they didn't know where they're going to pitch the tent. Do you know what I mean? That was quite good, that, wasn't it? It's quite pleased with that analogy. Just do you feel like something really bad's being done to you? Let's clarify why they've got the Queen of Swords reversed, because that's very manipulative, nasty energy, and the Ten of Cups reversed. My feet are still cold. I'm gonna have to put my fleece-lined leggings on. Get a blanket. I need you know, like ankle slippers. Anyway, the Joker. It's all just a game to them, insincere, just having fun. Oh my god. I don't like this, you know. I think you've been dealing with a devil here. You've got a devil attached to you that's been draining you of money, and the family is like really unhappy. It's a game to them, which means they could be a sociopath or a narcissist. They're definitely like karmic, I think, but we'll keep going. Total user that's like had kids with you and just, yeah, I don't think this is a reading for anyone where it resonated last week. This is like someone different that's going through it at the moment. Big time. And Spirit will give advice to people that need it the most. Okay, so just be patient if something doesn't resonate. Don't make it fit and don't get angry. Just think someone really needed this today. Secret desires, unspoken needs can plunge you into deep confusion. It's all just a game to them, having unspoken needs can plunge you into deep confusion. It's cold in terms of someone does not open up their heart. Let's keep going. I don't want to like... I think they could be a paranoid person. There could be someone that's got you wrong. Or they're telling you that you're manipulative, they're telling you that you're a user, you're a game player, you're not with them for legitimate reasons, but it's like their perspective, or that's like a narrative that they're pushing to manipulate a situation. Does that make sense? Could be a psycho for all I know. American Psycho. They're not making the family very happy though. Putting on a show. Well, narcissists and sociopaths. Narcissists need a supply of money or status or both. They're chaotic people. Sociopaths operate other people and manipulate things in order to, it's not enough for them to win, others must lose. Okay, and they tell lies and they operate other people and they get other people into trouble. You get a lot of them in workplaces. They'll inflate their own success, or they'll talk about, you know, people in their family and inflate like their success, where they're probably just human and they have ups and downs like the rest of us. That won't be shared, not at all. Putting on a show. It seems like a very fake person. Smoke and mirrors kind of person. Sometimes the answer isn't yes or no, it's wait. I mean, it looks like they're going to jump anyway. So if you just wait, like, it's doing itself, isn't it? Like, hopefully the cycle's over. Show's over. Curtains up and all that. Let's get a no contact message from them. I was telling people I bought an electric blanket a few weeks back and they were like, what? It's still summer. Not laughing now, are you? I'll be lying in my king size bed with my electric blanket on. 4 blankets over me. Socks on, hoodie on. I'm just such a naturally like, I don't like the word nesh, I think it's a weird word, but a cold person. I feel the cold really bad. But that electric blanket's going to change my world, baby. Others' opinions. I feel bound by my culture. So that maybe that's the devil. I don't know. Although, to be honest, that's what they're saying, isn't it? That's their message. That's their no contact. Others' opinions. I feel bound by my culture and my family's beliefs on how I should live my life. I'm working towards breaking free from limiting myself based on their beliefs. Is that what the putting on a show is about? They've been living in a way that's not authentic to them. Could be an arranged marriage. It could be that they picked you because, you know, you're a solid option, like you're a smart match, like you work hard, you're successful, you're a solid provider, and they sort of enjoyed ticking off the box, and then family sort of like nodding and patting them on the back or whatever, patting them on the head, shaking their hand, saying, yes, you've made us proud. I don't know. It says something about their family's culture and beliefs on how they should live their life. Maybe they settled younger because it kind of like made everyone else feel settled, and now they're like, I've not done the things I wanted to do with my life. Like, I'm not living authentically. Hey, can you bring it in, Dad?
I can. Got any Bojangles?
No, thanks. I still need to eat my dinner. I'm just live at me. Thanks. Now, look at this now. Having my kids. I want to have a family with you. What's going on? I want to have a family with you. I know you'd be an amazing parent, and I dream of the day I can experience raising a family together. I didn't get that, because why have we got the Ten of Cups? Oh, maybe that just represents like, maybe it represents they haven't managed to have a family yet with you, because other people won't let you be with them, so they've blocked you. That's one way that it could go. I'm Scouse, I'm not Scottish, if that's what you're asking. Or this person's family, or they're blocked. They're sort of like forcing this person's hand, and they're saying like, no, that's not going to be a good match for you, for whatever reason. Oh my god, this just changed everything. This just changed everything. Do you see why I got all these clarifiers? Because this person has been, you know, like how Romeo and Juliet couldn't be together because like the two families were like having a feud, and the two families wouldn't allow them to be together. Something's like stopped you two from like, you could be older, you could be more mature, because you're showing up as an empress. I think that's you. You're both showing up as a king and a queen, so there's a good balance of masculine and feminine energy, even though you're both in the reverse. It's because, have you got fear of approaching this person? Are they rejecting you? They're blocking you because of their family? Someone's an empress and someone does not feel like an empress. Well, she or he has a desire to have a family with you, so that would make them an empress. There's no growth and it's emotionally challenging and they're being forced to a crossroads, so I don't know if that's their choice or... It's wild, this one. It's not that straightforward. Let's keep going. So that's quite cute though, because it says sometimes the answer isn't yes or no, it's wait. So I'm going to get you a divine timing to see when this is going to come together, because I don't think... Sometimes the more people try to stop two people from being together, the closer they push them together. Do you know what I mean? Like Romeo and Juliet went and got married behind everyone's backs, didn't they? Because they knew the families wouldn't let them be together. They just went and did it anyway because They were star-crossed lovers, like they didn't want to live without each other, like it was that dramatic. The more you try to interfere, the kind of closer people become, because they're like, well, yeah, it makes it even more dramatic and exciting, the fact that they got to try and find a way to be together. It bonds them. Difficulties, jealousies from others may serve as obstacles to the success of this connection. Oh, there's pure tea coming out now. There's actual tea coming out now. Tell you what I've had in the past. If someone's family feel like they're inferior because we've done better than them, or we live in a different part of an area than them and they live like in a not so good area, and they're like, oh, you don't be going out with them, they'll be snobs, or you don't want to, and it's like nothing of the sort. But I can't say that I love that attitude, or like I'm talking about like maybe a family where some people have always been on the dole, they've never worked, like benefit street kind of people. But not everyone in the family is like that. There'll be one that's like a gem and they go to work and they're actually becoming really successful. Oh my God, is that what the devil is? They're actually becoming really successful, but then they're struggling to like relate to where they came from, and the family don't like it. And then you've kind of entered into another world where suddenly you're in circles where you could meet someone really nice from a nice background, and like, you know, everyone in their family's always worked and they got nice things, and like you really want them to be with you, and you really feel like you connect with them, and you probably relate to their family more than you do your own. And then you try to like meld the two things together and it just implodes, because that family, that environment that you came from, don't like it because they feel inferior. And it's not that anyone's trying to make them feel inferior, it's their issue. But it's other people's opinions are getting in the way of this relationship. It's someone's family, culture, or belief system. They could be well-to-do. The person that you like, Pisces, could be well-to-do. And you could have a bad relationship with money. You know, maybe you're always having to help family out. Maybe you got people that are always on the dole, or they don't like you to do well. I'm just spitballing here because it could be a lot of stuff. I'm not a fly on the wall. But you've got it twice where other people are interfering in this, and there's jealousy and obstacles. Oh, that's actually making me really angry, because it's making me think of things that have happened to me like so many times. But what's nice is there's a hint here from the universe that you just need to wait and this is going to work out. There's also that this person loves you and they actually want to have a family with you. So you want to cry. It's so horrible when other people stop two people from being together. Who the hell has the right to do that, honestly? That's clairsentience, by the way, because this is not my story. I think we should slow down. Well, that's okay, because we've got weight. Okay, the unspoken truth is that we need to put pause on this. It doesn't mean it's over. Sometimes people become more determined that you are what they want, okay, when they're given space or they're forced to take space. This is like so intriguing to me, this reading. I can't wait any longer. I'm gonna ask for a timing. When will these people be pushed to the side, and when will Pisces and their person, the one that's showing up for them, that wants a family with them, but is being stopped by family and people around them, when will Pisces be together with this person? Because it's saying to wait. There's jealousy from others, different beliefs. But they want to have your kids. They want you to have their kids. Obsessing over timing creates blocks, but then we've got within a month. You know what you need to do? It's because it's got that. This person won't be able to stay away from you. They won't be able to. Ask the universe to support you through this difficult time. Ask your angels, Saint Angels, please help me through this difficult time. If me and this person are supposed to be together, please make it so. I now surrender this to the universe. And you're not giving up, but you're surrendering it. You've put your wish out there, you're surrendering it. It's genuine. Let nature take its course. Let the universe work its magic. Okay, that person's going to get really pissed off with the people around them, and they're going to choose you. Now, whether the universe helps that, or their loved ones that are passed on help that, guardian angels help that, or they break out of it themselves, it's going to happen. And it's going to happen within a month. So 3-4 weeks from now, you haven't got to do anything. Don't do anything. Okay, just wait. That's the message. People need to wind their necks in, don't they? You could be an Aquarius Pisces cuspy, you know. I would check out if you're early on in Pisces season or you're late on in Aquarius season. Watch both of the readings because it's resonating. You're getting similar messages, okay? Wisdom. Wisdom is your heritage. Seek knowledge and preserve it. Yeah, so wisdom in this case might be not to speak out against this person's family members or speak out against anyone who's getting in the way of this. Stay neutral. If you've been looking at this person like you love them, if you've touched them like you love them, they'll know. And if you've communicated that they're important to you, they'll know. You don't need to badmouth them. You don't need to try to take action in any kind of way. Just wait, okay? It's wise to do that because they need to come to their own conclusion. And if you attack their family verbally or badmouth them or try to turn up and go against what the family want, it kind of makes you look like the bad person and it makes them run to the side of their family. But you don't need to do anything. Within a month, this person, they already want you, they want a family with you, and they are already resenting their family. So everything's exactly how you need it to be, okay? 3 or 4 weeks, this is going to be a very different outcome. My throat's hurting now. I need to get this finished. This is interesting as hell, though. What have we got? Ooh, respect the rules. That's kind of what I was talking about, don't you think? Don't be tempted to have an outburst or do anything underhand or drive to their home or write to them or ring them up or hassle them. Don't do anything like that. Don't badmouth them. play this like by the book, okay? And if you know you're not welcome because the family is saying that she's not allowed to contact you or he's not allowed to contact you, just wait, okay? It's a matter of weeks. Of course it's going to work out. Of course they want to be with you. Of course you're going to be together in a month. Look at that couple holding hands. Sometimes the answer isn't yes or no, it's wait. I like that. You got the green light from Spirit. Any fools rush in, okay? Any fools act on impulse. You need to just wait. We've got traffic lights, we've got waiting, wisdom, respect the rules. A new opportunity will bring you closer to your goals. Ooh. I don't know if that's work or love. A new opportunity will bring you closer to your goals, and it could be getting a house or like, I don't know. Something good's going to come up. It's going to be a good opportunity. That is your fortune, okay? Let's get you an angel number. Oh wait, I didn't get you a well-being, like mindful messages, and then I'll get you an angel number, sorry. Advice for Pisces, please. Advice for Pisces. Loving friends. I surround myself with people who inspire me and grow together with me. My friends raise me up and hold me to the best that I can be. I am loved unconditionally and supported throughout my journey. I release old friendships which may be toxic or keeping me stagnant. Okay, so it could be friends as well. If anyone's like, oh, don't bother with this, it's too much trouble, it's too much drama, they're never going to accept you. Don't listen to that, okay? Because this person wants to be with you. Same advice to them, you know, like if friends are like, well, if your family don't like it, you got to do what they say, because they might be from the same culture or whatever, or the same belief system. Don't. You two, your hearts are like calling each other, and the worst thing you can do in life is live your life by other people's decisions. Don't let other people decide for you who you're going to be with, how you're going to live your life, because you'll be in a prison, honestly. A prison of your own making. 1717, drama alert. Oh my god. Independence, soul mission, alone time, learning, healing, aspirations. Take a few deep breaths and focus inward. You need time to think things over and consider your options. At this time, you must rely solely on yourself. You might not believe it, but you're heading in the right direction. What appears to be a lull in activity is just a natural part of the process. Oh my god. Do you understand how well that goes? This is a lull. It's an impasse. We're waiting, but it's not because we're stuck. Things are changing all the time. This person's emotions are building up all the time. Family or people that are getting in the way are yeah, I'm still going. People that are getting in the way are putting foots wrong. They're stepping on toes. They're crossing lines, crossing this person's boundaries. It's you just keep your head down, okay? And respond when this person messages you, because they're coming back, baby. Be wise, follow the rules, just wait. Okay, it's coming within a few weeks. Oh my god. Absolute tea for days on that one. I'm just double checking, but I think that's all of our cards, Pisces. Please take care. It seems like you're going through a lot at the moment. It's all going to be fine. Please like the reading if you enjoyed it. If it resonates, please like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, hype the channel for me. And I'll see you in the next one. If you want any of the other signs, they're on the lives. If you come out of this live, go to the lives playlist, or you're welcome to look at any other videos that I've posted. They should be in time order with most recent at the top. Okay, the lives will tell you which signs are covered in each one. I don't normally break them up this much, but I've got COVID, got a terribly sore throat. Probably made it worse by doing this, but I've really enjoyed it. I didn't want to let you down, so thank you for waiting. I'll see you in the next one, guys.